Welcome to the Charleston Chicks. I'm your co-host, Lisa Nicole.
And I'm your co-host, Melanie.
Today, we have a very special guest, TEDx speaker, AI founder, JT White.
It's an honor to be here, honestly. It's very cool.
We are very excited to have you here.
Yeah.
It was so much fun when we did our TEDx interview with you and seeing you after your TEDx, and we're very excited you're here.
I'm glad you remember after the TEDx because I was still somewhere else, I think.
We got it on video.
You were blackout.
Blackout. Yeah, just trying to get through it. Just trying really hard to get through it at the moment.
Oh my gosh, you were so great on stage.
It was fun. Thank you very much.
Your talk was incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which is why we wanted to have you back,
Yes.
right? And dive into a little deeper into your thoughts on where we are with AI, where we're going, and kind of what do we need to be worried about.
Along with lots of other things we want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
We can start with that. Yeah, I think we're in a weird moment right now. So if you look at the history of technology, we've done this before, right? Like we had radio and television and all that fun stuff. But like this one is a little bit different, but also we're on that like pendulum where we're too high on something, right? Like when mobile first came out, we were like, it's everything ever forever. And it's like, okay, maybe come back to earth. We're starting to come back to earth a little bit as far as like practical applications of AI and what it means, but there's still a lot of work to do because we still don't know a lot. Like we're still learning actively every day. We're figuring out more about not just what the technology does, but what it does to us, which I think is the bigger question.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we were having this conversation yesterday with some of my kids at my house, and what my son pointed out is that AI is becoming the dumbing down of humans' brains and of what we can and can't do because we're asking AI to do it all for us. Even simple emails and things. People tend to not be able to put those together anymore.
Yeah, it's a concern. I mean, it's a real concern. It can be that, or it could be something much cooler, which is a creative accelerant for people. And I think a lot of that has to do with how you roll it out. Unfortunately, right now, the rollout has to happen at the micro level, not the macro level. So like you as a parent have to be like, don't write an email with it. Like if you want it to check your email, that's dope. Like that's a good idea probably, right?
Yeah.
But like I can't spell, I'm 40 years old, I can't spell because I have spell check. Like I've always had spell check. And so like now when I have to like, I just did a ceremony for one of my closest friends. I married them actually on Friday. And like I had to have my wife write everything out because I'm useless. Like I have no handwriting. Like it's part of how you evolve into the technology. And it's not much different than Google was, right? It's a neural pathway. It's a place to get information, which is good. Like that's a good thing. But getting the information and then using it without checking it is boring. Getting the information and using the information with your brain to interpret the information is interesting. And so it's really incumbent right now, in my opinion, on parents and teachers to make sure that it's the latter and not the former. Because, if AI is just writing everything, then why read any of it?
Well, I think it's interesting too that AI isn't accurate all the time.
No.
I mean, I have typed things into my paid for chat GPT.
Sure.
Or my paid for, a paid for version, and I ask a question and it comes back completely inaccurate to where I tell chat it's inaccurate.
Yeah, you should. Well, it hallucinates a lot, right? And a lot of it has to do with the kind of question you're asking it. And it's also important to note that we don't really understand all of the sources of truth that it uses. So I think I mentioned when we did the short podcast before, like it says Reddit sometimes. Like what?
That's crazy.
Like you can't source Reddit for truth. Like Reddit's,
yeah.
well, I mean, a lot of people, but it's not where, like if you're doing a factual paper, Reddit's the last place you should be.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, who is taking that as fact? I mean,
well, but even Wikipedia, like, I mean, Wikipedia is not
No, it's created by
sourced.
people.
Yeah, right. So like you have to be really mindful of what you're asking it and what it's responding to, and then checking the sources because it will be wrong often, very often.
Well, here's the other thing that I don't think people think enough about is if those sources, that information is coming from people have implicit bias.
100%.
And so therefore AI is not unbiased.
No, not even
And
remotely.
I think some people think it is.
Well, so the
because
best,
it's not a person, but all of that data that it's
came from people.
came from people, and we all know.
Yeah, the best example of that is like if you use any of the like image generation tools. So they were mostly modeled in Europe, which means the vast majority of the things that the people that they'll create, very Scandinavian looking, like wildly European looking, which is a very small portion of the people on this planet.
Very small.
Very small.
Right? So like if you were like a person of color, it didn't do a good job. Like it screwed up their hair a lot. It screwed up their skin tones, the different kinds of skin tone. Like it would make huge mistakes because it didn't have the training data, right? And the training data of the whites goes back a long time, and it doesn't for a lot of other ethnicities, which we have to be mindful of because that bias is built into also the data that we've kept,
Yeah.
right? Like that's also part of it.
Correct, because a lot of data has not been kept about women,
Very true.
and as well, like ethnicities and and genders and things that don't serve the kind of the
Patriarchy, you could say it.
that don't serve where certain people want society to be.
Yeah.
Let's mute those things, like women's contribution to science,
Yeah.
Yeah.
minorities' contribution to science. That's to like throw like just a couple of hundreds out there.
Yeah.
Are not going to be properly contained in the data that people are using as a source of truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a curated set of data, right? And it's curated by the people that run the internet, and that's a predominantly type of person right now, right? And it's getting better, like it's getting better, but it's also incumbent upon you as a user to know that going in and to be highly skeptical, right? Be highly skeptical of what it tells you. Like if you're asking it to do math, it's pretty good at math. Like if it's rudimentary math, it'll probably do a good job. You should check it still, but you should check it. But if you're asking for like, if you're writing a dissertation for your doctoral thesis about like, anthropology, check that work.
Yeah.
Because it's going to reference other people's work. And that other people's work, first of all, there's a huge legal question there, which is what's a derivative work versus non, which is really compelling. I think that's a really important question to ask because there's a difference between research and stealing. And also, it's going to research on what it's been told to research on. And if it's only been told this much when there's this much in human history, it's going to miss stuff.
Yeah. You get a skewed version.
100%.
And back to your original concern with parents and educators.
Yes.
Is AI's impact on human development.
Yeah. Well, that's my bailiwick. Like, that's the thing I care the most about. I went to school for evolutionary psychology. I'm the father of 2 young girls. And so, I know how important those stages of development are. And right now, we live in a weird moment in time where, even like AI is not new, right? Like the one that I always, so you guys have boys. You both have boys, right?
We have boys and girls.
Good. Well, that's great for all the reasons. Balance. But like with boys, like AI has been really big in video gaming culture for a long time and how they communicate with one another, right? Like that's changed the way they talk to each other pretty pejoratively. Like had a huge impact, more so on boys and girls just because of the way gaming culture works. But if you think about like those kind of paradigms, like if you're not involved in that paradigm, it's Lord of the Flies. Like it's going to get left to the masses to just figure out, which is dangerous, like genuinely dangerous for the way your brain starts to form, right? Like girls, the prefrontal cortex is like anywhere from 12 to 22, 23, because you're the like superior sex. Boys are a little bit shorter of a window, but like in that window, that's the most creative you'll ever be, but you're also forming neural pathways that is going to like change the way that you behave forever because it's the through line that you will think through for the rest of your life. So with that through line, if it's being distorted or if it's being pushed in a certain direction, it's going to have a long-lasting effect that you're going to have to untangle as you grow older, which is more challenging. It's why, kids can learn languages better than adults. It's the exact same concept, right? Your brain's more malleable and open to those kind of things when you're younger, and as you get older, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So like right now is the most important time in these kids' lives to figure out how this does or doesn't impact their day-to-day thinking.
So what's your best advice on that?
Use it sparingly and with oversight, just across the board. You have to use it. It's not going anywhere, right? It would have been like, I'm a fringe millennial, so like it would have been like if my mom was like, you can't use Google. Like, that's not fair,
Yeah.
right? Everybody else has it, so like I also want to use it. But also watch how they use it and use it with them and model the behavior of when to take things in versus out.
At what age should or they be allowed to use AI tools?
So it depends on the tool. It also depends on the kid. Like I'm a big believer in like kids are themselves and they're all very, very like my two kids couldn't be more different, right? So I think you as a parent have to lean into knowing like where your kid fits in the ecosystem and which tools are going to benefit your child and which tools aren't, right? So like my kids aren't going to have access to ChatGPT for as long as I can, or any LLM where they can just ask questions and get questions back. Like I'm personally wildly disinterested in them having access to that. I don't think it's interesting. But like both my kids are very artsy, my oldest in particular. Like if she wants to use it to experiment with art and abstract art, I think that's actually kind of cool. Like that's a fun way for her brain to get expanded.
Okay.
So that one I think is safe. But also you have to monitor it because it's the internet, which is dangerous.
It's reminded me of when social media became really
Yeah.
prevalent, and my kids were much younger. And what the advice we were getting as parents, right, about delay their use of it as much as possible. Yet you have all their peers using it, and if you allow them monitor it. I remember I had to get on Facebook because my kid was on Facebook,
Yeah.
not because I actually wanted to be on Facebook at the time, but because I needed to be able to see what he was doing.
Yeah.
Well,
It reminds me of that.
so that's interesting. Like I consider that part of the AI discussion because AI is what's driving the algorithms that drive social media. So like I have two girls, zero chance that they're on Instagram until they're 18. Just hard stop.
That's so good.
It's hard stop because like there's a great book by Jonathan Haidt called The Anxious Generation, which I'd highly recommend as a read. But like it talks about just how toxic that environment becomes, right? Body shaming issues and just like the like I like that my like if my 9-year-old still wants to play with dolls, like you have such a small window to do that, do it. Like don't
Yeah.
grow up too fast.
Let a
Like
kid be a kid.
it's coming for you, sister. It's coming anyway. Like don't rush, right? Like that stuff's really tough. And I think with men on the, it's even worse with boys right now. It's even worse on social media because the rhetoric is so specific and it's so targeted and it's so dialed in that like you're going to wind up in that weird manosphere place with toxic masculinity, and it's going to change the way that you think about women in general and just like the things that you get fed. Like I think that like social media is very interesting and there's really great benefits to it, but you have to think about the psychological development of these kids and like when it makes sense to come online versus not. Like I don't think Twitter's healthy for adults
I agree with
personally.
that.
So like I don't think anybody should be there because it's just all it is an echo chamber of the worst kind of the people because it's really easy behind a keyboard. It's very similar with like, the Instagram versus real life thing. Like
Yes.
the life that you see these people living, it's not what they're doing. Like that's the best, that's a curated moment in their day that the second the camera went off, they stopped.
Yes.
Right? Or they were exhausted. And like that stuff it's hard to read between the lines if you're still under the age of, I don't know, maybe 30, depending.
And I think it's hard to read between the lines even older sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
some of that social media stuff is just it's a lot and it's crazy, and I can catch myself sometimes going down the rabbit hole and then I pull myself off. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Again, I'm a 40-year-old man. I have TikTok and I love it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I absolutely adore TikTok, but I also have a timer. Like, I won't allow myself more than a certain amount of time a day because I know that I'll stay. And I've curated my feed. Like, I love it. It's all comedy and weird stuff and sciencey nonsense and whatever. But also, there's a moment in time where I'm like, this is probably enough dopamine because it's also that 1 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. Like that's not actually how most of your life works. Like your life doesn't work in fractions like that. It works in long tail. So like you don't have minute interactions, right? You have longer interactions for most of your day. So like training on that, it's why I see a lot of kids. I coach basketball and I have children. I see kids struggling to interact with one another. And it's painful. I'm like, that's not where we need to be right now. Like, if anything, we need you to be as humanly possible right now so that you can fight and make sure that we use this in a really intentional way, in a really cool way, so that we don't just get lazy and wind up like Wally, where we're all dragging around with sodas or whatever.
So how you went from being an evolutionary psychologist major to doing this, to AI.
My whole life's an accident. I still don't really know, to be honest. I had a really cool advisor in college who was great, and evolutionary psychology was interesting, but it wasn't. He's like, "Are you going to be a professor?" I was like, "Oh, no." He's like, "Cool. What are you going to do?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know." I was like, I didn't think that far through it. And then I just got kind of lucky. Like I worked for ESPN, and I got recruited to go do things for this company called Tribune Media Services, which got me into the digital ecosystem. I sold a website when I was 16 to Sony, totally by accident. And that kind of got me into the building product world. And I just like makers. Like I like people that make stuff. I like to make things. So I'm on that cusp of remembering not the internet and having the internet. So it put me in a cool position at the beginning of my career to sort of like build stuff. And I've just been building things in the digital world ever since.
Well, I think it's pretty interesting that you ended up in AI and technology because your evolutionary psychology background is dovetails very nicely
Yeah,
into how the technology impacts human development.
100%. Yeah, I mean,
It all comes together.
I use it every day. I mean, like, because I don't actually care about the things I build. I care about the people who use the thing I built. They're fascinating to me, right? So like, how do you create and curate a better experience online? How do you make something beautiful that people actually want to use? Like that to me is just it's art. Like I'm not an artist, so it's the closest I'll ever get to art. But like that's the stuff that like makes me excited is like, can you take something really complex and make it easy and more fun for people to use in such a manner that like you've done something good, you've made their life, like if
Yeah.
you could buy somebody 5 minutes a day, that's a big deal. That's a lot of time. Every time I use a bank app, I'm like, this should be easier.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. I'm like, I
so
just want
true.
5 minutes back. Like I just spent 5 minutes trying to find like one transaction. Like how is this so hard?
I
Like
know.
those moments are really interesting in the digital space to me to try to figure out how you save people 5 minutes. Because if you save 5 minutes 12 times a day, like that's an extra bedtime story with your kid, right? That's
That's
like
true.
it's one more minute. It's a couple more minutes on the couch with your spouse. Like it's I don't know, a glass of wine and a fire. Like it's whatever it is that you need.
Oh, I like that.
They're all good. None
I
of,
like that one the
yeah,
most.
well, one every day. Like
Real
Yeah.
gives you more time back for actual
to
human
just go do the
experiences.
things, right? These are utilities.
Yeah.
They're utilities. They're,
Yeah.
they're supposed to like they are not our life. They're supposed to help us in our lives.
What's the company that you created and sold that you are most proud of?
Oh, the last one. So it was called Augie Studio. It's an AI video generation platform for marketers, and we sold it in December. And I like it's less about the technology and more about the team. I love the team we built. I love my co-founder dearly. Like it was a hard 4 years. Like we put in the work. We really put in the work. A lot of personal sacrifice. God bless my wife. Like happens to both of you when you start a business. Like
Yeah.
it happens to both of you. And yeah, and everybody's thriving, and we got to keep everybody together, and the technology still exists and is cool. And I get to work for a cool company now. Like that's the one I'm
Yeah.
most proud of, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How many companies have you created?
Four. I've created four. I've been a part of five total exits of like selling. Like three of them was companies that I joined with the intent of helping them sell, which was it's been again it's all accidental. Like I don't know how I got here. Like I have no idea how I got here, but it's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever's in charge of all this. It's pretty great.
So, what are some of the things you would tell us about AI what are some of the things we should be leery of, and what are some of the better AIs that you would recommend?
So the biggest thing I would remind everyone is that like these are shareholder driven companies.
Yes.
Right. So they do not have collective consciousness at the center of their ethos. They do not have the human like
They do
evolution.
not.
It's not what they're asked to do.
And let me to interject quickly because I saw a interview that Sam Altman did, and he was asked the question about its impact on human development and potentially what you had brought up, and he disagreed with that opinion. Go figure.
Right.
And that he said, I disagree with that because what it's going to do is basically make everyone so much more competitive.
Wow.
Like So whatever, it didn't matter the impact on human development, children in particular, if it's going to make everyone more competitive in the market some kind of way. And I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's a non-answer. Like
yeah,
he's a
yeah,
like I want to be clear. Sam Altman's a brilliant dude, but also like what he's in charge of and what he's tasked with is not a better society.
exactly.
Like his job is to drive shareholder value. Shareholder value comes from people using and paying for the tools. People paying for the tools pay more for the tools if the tools keep them in the tools.
Yes,
Like
it's
you're in, it's
accurate.
the same thing. This is Facebook. It's the same construct, right? You are like if you've used chat. I'm not paying on ChatGPT. Actually, yes, I am. I don't care. Like it will take. What a great idea! You're so smart. Oh, that's a
Mm-hmm.
brilliant thing. Yeah, because you as a human want that reinforcement. We all need hugs, right? So that feels good. But it also wants to keep you in the platform because the more you use it, the more credits you use, the more you pay, the more engagement, the less you're using their competitors. It's still a free, like this is a free market. like
Yes.
we are capitalists, so it's driven by capitalism. So the single biggest thing I would remind everyone is remember why these things are being built the way they are.
Yeah.
It's not in service of you. It's in service of shareholders. So it's incumbent upon you to make it work for you and to back away from it when you don't need it. Because it can be a trap. The same way Instagram can keep you scrolling for years, the same way that TV, all of a sudden you're just like rotting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be mindful. There's a practice, there's a mindfulness practice to these things, which is like, it's dope and it helped. And now I'm going to go do something myself
Yeah.
and to walk away. Like that's the biggest thing. As far as which ones to use, there's a lot of politicizing it right now. I mean, I currently am using Claude Gemini for the most part exclusively just for my own personal purposes, but they're all roughly the same. Like they'll some are better than others. Perplexity is really good at marketing stuff. Like if you want to use Perplexity, that's great. I like Gemini because they're a little bit more honest about where their sources come from. So I trust that a little bit more. But really, it's the one that you can fit into your life that you're most happy to walk away from when you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
That's the one you should use.
Now, you told us something prior when we talked to you about making sure you're always paying for an
Always.
AI.
Always. Yeah, if you're not, I think what I said is if you're not paying for it, you are the product.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
if you don't pay for it, then your data is their data because all of this stuff is learning consistently. So
Mm-hmm.
it's learning about you, it's your intellectual property, it's all the thoughts that you have, all that stuff is training the model for other people to use if you don't pay. And so you just should absolutely be paying for it 100% of the time, which I know goes kind of directly in opposition of what I just said about being capitalist, but you need to protect your data. Like your data is
Yeah.
a big deal,
Yeah.
right? And like your intellectual property is a big deal, and you don't want that stuff being shared. You don't want it being trained off of it. Like that's a serious thing. Back to the derivative rights thing, right? Like there will come a time where there will be a lawsuit because
Mm-hmm.
somebody did a thing and somebody else got the same thing out to market, and they're going to go like, well, it's mine, and it's like, well, the IP stuff is harder than it's ever been to actually substantiate. So that competition
Yeah.
that Sam talked about, while it's healthy from a macroeconomic scale, can dominate like microeconomically because the small guy's going to lose every time on litigation.
Yep.
So as much as it is the easiest time to build a digital product on your own, you are also the most exposed you've ever been,
Mm-hmm.
which is a weird duality that we have to come to the middle of eventually.
Very true.
Yeah. I think about that one a lot.
Huh.
Like it's the coolest. Like right now, if you're a maker, it's the coolest time to be a maker in the digital space because you do it. You don't need to be a coder. You don't need to be all that
Yeah.
stuff. But like, there's this like big thing in my world about like the one person, $1 billion startup. They love talking about it's going to happen. No, it's not. And it's not because that person's going to need a legal team and a finance team because that's the other part of running a business. It's like good
Mm-hmm.
ideas are free. Like ideas are easy. Execution's really hard.
Yeah.
So if you want to build something, great. If you want to use it for yourself, awesome. You want to like have that be an enterprise scalable solution that people can tap into. I've never met one person that could do that. That's
Yeah.
different human brains. Like you
Yes.
need a gas and you need a break and you need an adult in the room. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need there's a reason that companies scale to the size they do. It's not because
Yeah.
they have to, because no one person is capable and no one person should do that because it's really unhealthy. Like that
Yeah.
would be a terrible day-to-day existence to live, which I would love us to spend more time thinking about that part of the human
Yeah.
brain.
You, the other thing that I think about that I don't hear a lot about is for all of this AI technology, the data centers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are
it's
massive,
not good.
and they employ like 5 people, and they take up hundreds of acres of land, and use up so much resources, including the water supply,
Yeah.
and are like pollutants
Yes.
as well. And you're not hearing enough about that.
No, we're not. I mean, I
I don't think
will.
so.
No, we're definitely not. I agree with you 100%. I mean, I will also say that like I am woefully ill-equipped to actually talk about the
Yeah.
environment because I don't know anything about it. Like I had a hard time in environmental science in freshman year, so I'm out. But the environmental impact is real. Like it is happening, and they keep building data centers, and they keep building more data centers, and there is a ton of water. There's a ton of electricity. It's very similar to the EV argument in the sense that like EVs are very good. What do we do with the batteries? Like we're one of the problems with rapid innovation is that you very often will miss like the 5 or 10 year scope.
Yeah.
And so right now we're still in that bubble of like, this is awesome and we're going to transform everything. But also there's a second order and third order consequence that we haven't fully realized yet. And it's starting to come up a lot more. And it's something that, again, back to the how often do you use it? Like personally, I'm very mindful of my token usage just because I would like there to be water for my kids
Yeah.
in the future. So I try not to overuse it. Like I try to be as stringent as possible. There's a great thing somebody did on actually I think it was Reddit, but where he started talking like a cave. It made it answer everything like a caveman. So it was just dude, both, does, yes, no, like very short answers. They were scheming away from the tokening system so that it used less tokens, but also better for the environment. Like if it responds to you like the Geico caveman, you're in better shape. Like that's actually good for us. So, and again, they're not incentivized to do that right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no regulation on anything that they're doing. They're
Yeah.
completely free. It's free range. So,
Well, that's kind of scary in itself. I mean, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
Without being overly political, like this is very reminiscent to me. I wasn't old enough to remember it, but I can read. So like during the like Bill Clinton, when we really sort of let all these like loans start going and this is very reminiscent of that. We're not doing anything because we're trying to drive the stock market up today, but there's going to, again, second and third order consequences. Like there's these huge downfalls that I worry very much about in the future because without any regulation, like again, it's a hard topic because we don't want to fall behind Russia and China, and there's real concern there. Like we should be mindful of that, but we also like there's what 330 million people in this country. Like we also have to be really careful about the people that are here and make sure that we're doing the right things for the people that are here so that we have a sustainable like ecosystem in the future.
Yeah.
And right now there's no rules. Like it's almost the opposite of rules. They're almost encouraged to push the boundaries while they don't have rules in case rules come in, which I think is just like not healthy. I mean, that's not good for any human. If you're like, well, push it as far as you can because you might not be able to soon. Like
Yeah.
most of us will do the wrong thing
yeah.
because it's just what we do.
Human nature.
It's human nature.
Yeah.
So why are there no rules, and what can we do about this?
I honestly like write Congress, write your senators. Like I hate to be that guy, but it matters. Like we need to
does
be
matter.
we people that we're putting in power and what their economic bias is versus like just healthy humans.
Yeah.
I would like to like I think that's one thing. Also, the way you use it yourself, as small as that is, it matters over scale. If more people are using it less, if you ask yourself every time, like, do I need this? Is it actually saving me enough time? Is it actually going to benefit me? If the answer is kind of maybe, then just don't. Like, there's small things you can take. And I think ultimately, like, fight locally, right? Talk to your school, like your superintendents, and go to school boards and get involved and be a part of the conversation about how these things get rolled out en masse. Because it's not the individuals that are going to kill us. It's going to be the big companies, and it's going to be like huge state universities where everybody's using the same thing. Like that's where like true like just momentum is. So being a part of that, like reach out to your alumni network, right? Whatever college you went to, and talk to them and say, hey, what are you doing about AI? Do you have the right people in place? Are you taking this seriously? How can I help? How can I introduce you to people? I think those are the kind of things that are going to, it's a groundswell. Like we're going to have to start from the bottom up because it's not going to happen from the top down right now.
Accurate.
Well, I'm going to say what I keep hearing coming up in like my business network is, and I see like, you know, advertising for like webinars and everything about AI, what you need to know about AI, how to use AI. And it feels very much as pushing, hey, if you aren't up to speed, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like this fear-based approach, which I don't appreciate at all.
Nor should you, and nor should any of us. But unfortunately, that's kind of, I think that's the society we live in right now.
Yes.
Everything is very fear mongered. So it's not great. I mean, the I will say, just to be contrarian a little bit, like you do need to be involved because you will get left behind. Like this is not a technology that's going to like go away, right? Now, whether it's your entire business or how you leverage it, those are all very specific use cases that you have to be mindful of as a person, right? But like I have friends in my life who are like, I'm never gonna use it. I'm like, you are already using it. So that's a weird hill to die on. Like you don't have Waze because that's AI.
Yeah.
Like does Amazon recommend products to you? That's AI.
That's AI.
Like it's happening to you anyway.
And yes.
So opt in, like you can't opt out, but you can decide how far you opt in.
Well, I think what you're saying is very different. You're saying, hey, it's here to stay. You're going to be left behind, meaning you might be disenfranchised in ways you don't understand if you don't kind of get on board. But getting on board doesn't mean blindly following it and handing your agency over to someone or something else.
Yeah.
Getting on board means what you just talked about.
That's the pendulum though. Like I believe in the curves. Like it will come back down. Like because the thing is we've seen a lot of really interesting examples of AI failing awfully publicly, right? Like that sort of thing helps to bring it back to reality, which is like, yes, there are places where this is going to disrupt some industries. Hard stop, right? But like I work in media, and so like the advertising agents, like dude, good ads are still going to need people. Like those are interesting ideas because if it's not, it's derivative work. So you still need that, right? Like leadership training, you still need a person to run that thing. You can't just take some course and be better. Like that's not how that happens. Like you need to be interacting. But like, paralegals I get nervous about because like just ripping through documents and finding
Yeah.
stuff out, they're going to have to pivot how they work. Doesn't mean the job goes away, but that job will change, right? CPAs, that job eventually will change because it can just mass read lots of stuff well. But what do you do with the output, right? Do you trust the output or do you do something with it? Like that's where I think people need to shift their mindset and go, all right, if this is going to disrupt my industry, what can I still be doing with what it does to make sure that I'm still implanted in this so that it doesn't happen around you and then you're gone.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I hate the people like, hey, it's not going to take jobs. Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. Well, and my thought about that is that it can definitely take a low workload off of certain roles. And as a company, can or should they be looking at that person's role if they're a valuable employee of the company with institutional knowledge and experience, looking at take this off of their plate because AI can do it better, efficiently, and then redeploy that person's skills, experience, and institutional knowledge in a better way for business success.
I mean, that would be the hope, right? I mean,
yeah.
that's the hope, right? I mean, I think that I worry, this is just my personal thing, but like I worry about bottom line thinking a lot.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people
you
are just constantly like it's just EBITDA. Like they're just looking at like
Yeah.
what like profit. It's just a P&L. And so if you're not making enough money, then you have to cut so that you can hit your targets so that Wall Street's good with you.
Yeah.
Like what we
It's an age-old story.
yeah, again, this is not economics or cyclical. Like this isn't
Yeah.
new. We've done this before too. But the thing that we need to be mindful of is like again, like what's driving the economic value. So like instead of reducing headcount, how many more products can you offer? How many more services can you offer?
Correct.
Like my call out would be to like CEOs, right? Like and be like, hey, okay, cool. So now that you have this at your disposal, how much better can you service your customers with your current workforce as opposed to doing exactly what you do today with less people?
Correct.
Because that's less interesting.
Well, yeah, and it's less beneficial for society.
Yeah.
And
And their shareholders, by the way. If they play their cards right, there's a way for you to make more money with the same amount of people. So that's also still good.
Exactly. If the goal is to increase revenue,
Yeah.
there's a way to do it without releasing people.
I think so. I know so. I'm seeing it happen at companies that I work with. Like you can redeploy people, you can change roles, like you can pivot. There's lots of things, but like this needs to be, we need to be thinking about this as an age of rapid and accelerant growth, not headcount shrink. Because
Yeah.
we're already not in a great place socioeconomically as a country, and we need to fix that, right? And that middle like keeps getting wider and wider and lower. Like it's, we need to figure out something that works for everyone, and there's a way for it to work for everyone, but it's going to require big companies to get on board with being cooler, for
Yeah.
lack of a better
Well,
term.
and I think for the masses to speak up.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who I'm most bullish. I love Gen Z because they won't work for companies they think suck.
I agree.
Even if it's
Our
more,
kids,
even if it's more
yeah.
money, they just don't. That's how it works.
100%.
When the most talented people won't take the job because you're crummy,
Yeah,
that's great. Almost cursed. Like that's good.
feel free.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But like that, I think that matters, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
think about who buys the company you sold. Think about where you work. What are their environmental impact? One of my favorite things to tell like kids in college right now? Ask to see their AI missive. Ask for it in the interview. Ask. If they don't have one, that's a problem. If they do have one, read it. What do they actually think? Because you can you could put it back into an AI and say, do you think this is leaning more towards job elimination or job creation? It'll tell you. Like that's important. Like asking those kind of questions of employers, I think right now is more important than ever because, it's never, especially for kids coming out of school, like the average income of that bracket keeps going down.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not because their output's going down. It's because the tooling's gotten better and the competitive market is more competitive than ever. So I think it's important. I also would encourage people to just start your own thing. Just go build your own stuff. Like fight the big guys. Who cares? If there's enough of you and your product's good enough, you will win. It might take time. Not everybody wins. I've lost a number of times. Like, I've had 5 exits. Not all of them were like, hooray. I was, I don't own a boat or some huge, but like I'm okay, but I'm not some rich guy, but I want to work and that's where I like to exist. And I think the more people that have, not like me, but just like in general, want to go make things that make things better their own way, I think that's beautiful. Those are my favorite people.
I think
I
that is
love that.
the way of the future.
Yeah.
Makers, man. Like there's makers and managers. I like makers.
Yeah.
Like I like maker culture. I don't care what it is. Like I also love, like we see there's a great company around here that just make honey. Sick.
Yeah.
That's great. Like honestly, this is about to be a stump speech. I'll make it quick though. I want to see lifestyle businesses come back. Why does everybody in my space is like, you have to be a decacorn or a unicorn or some other made up name where it's like, you have to be $100 billion in 5 years. Make $4 million with 8 people. That's dope.
Well, exactly.
What a nice
Why
life.
does everything have to lead to some IPO?
It doesn't. It shouldn't. And like, that's where I really,
Success redefined.
Alpha and Gen Z, I hope I want to go back to small business.
Yeah.
And small means like under 50 million. It doesn't mean they're not crushing it. It just means you're doing it smarter. Like you don't need some absurd growth path where all of a sudden you're on a yacht in Cannes. Like it's okay.
$1 billion, the objective?
Well, it is. Like
Well,
in venture capital, it is.
Oh, yeah.
And that's tough, right? But like also I'm very bullish on this younger generation because they don't care, right? Like they want to surf. They want to be out with their
They
friends.
want to enjoy life. They want work-life balance.
And we lost it.
We
Our
100%.
generation completely lost it.
It's like there's no such thing anymore.
Well, it's almost frowned upon, right?
Yeah.
It's like you
You
have
get rewarded for the grind.
right. Yeah, hustle. It's called hustle porn. I hate hustle porn. Like I don't like. It's not interesting. Like, go enjoy your life. Like, what are you doing? Why? Like, why? Why do we all have to do this all the time? Go get brunch sometimes. Pick your kid up from the bus stop. It's fine. Like, very few of us are curing cancer. Curing cancer, guys and gals, work all you want. I'm happy to have you guys work. And I hope we pay you a ton. But everybody else, meh.
Well, I love that. And I love what you're saying about small business. My kids, my youngest daughter especially, she's been very much like that. She's had the situations you're talking about, and she's walked away from a lot of money because of it.
Yeah.
And she's off solo traveling right now. She's in Peru climbing mountains right now.
That's
I mean, it's like they are learning. They are doing what we didn't do.
yeah.
Which
My-
I love.
same
I
for
love
my
to see.
kids.
Her daughter's traveling too. Like
My
I
son's
love
doing his
this.
own thing. He's a creative.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of them could ever work in the truly corporate environment that we were told
You had
was
to.
the pinnacle to
Yeah.
be a part of.
I mean, we're a collection of atoms floating on a space rock in nothingness. Like, go have fun.
I think we should go have some fun, don't you?
Let's
go.
do that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to our amazing guest,
my
JT
pleasure.
White. We hope you are going to see him with us a lot more often because he's a very interesting man and we love talking
He's got
to
more
him.
to contribute than just AI.
So much.
Stay tuned.
So much more, definitely. All right, thank you again for joining us and we'll see you next time.